Hello and welcome back. Special thanks to all the new subscribers. So keep up the good work, people. Today we're going to be working on an Fisk AWA Radiola 81W. This one was made in 1938 and I thought it was pretty original, but it has caused a lot of head scratching. There was 2 dead valves in it, even though the guy who sold it to me said he thought it was working. And I mean, the other 2 radios he sold me were excellent condition, so why wouldn't I believe this one was? But it ain't. This one, it's pretty bad condition, really. I forgot the speaker, yes. So the speaker, as you can see, is pretty bad. I'll probably have to get a new cone for it. It's ripped to shreds. But it does sort of make a bit of a sound. 2 of the valves were dead, most notably the 5Y3, which is the main rectifier valve. I've since replaced that, as you'll see in the video, and I'm getting some life out of the set. The 6B6 is completely dead, and I don't have one of those. The 6V6 has been replaced by an Electro Harmonix one, so I don't know whether they're any good or not compared to the original ones, but we'll battle on with it. I haven't got it running yet because of the 6B6, but I'll work on the case in the next week or so. This is a very similar model to some of the others around about that time. This has a wooden case, hence the W. The A ones, I think, were the Bakelite ones, and they're worth a lot of money. This one seems to be a 2-bander, medium wave and short wave, whereas some of the other Bakelite ones were only AM only, medium wave. So let's get into it, and I apologise for the camera work and things like that. I'm still setting up here. I'll have the bench fully operational this afternoon, and we can go from there. Okay, let's get into it. I picked up this AWA R81 on eBay probably a year ago now, and I haven't had much time to do anything to it. It looks like I do have the knobs, by the way. It looks like it's been partially restored. This speaker cloth probably isn't original because this was more of a post-war sort of thing. And this is definitely not well, maybe it is. It has the speaker up there, fairly beefy 6-inch one, I think. And it's a 5-valve setup. So 2 there, and then the 3 in cans. Not sure what that is. Is that another valve? Or it's just a 5-valve set? No, they're the tuning coils, aren't they? Capacitor. Big capacitor at the back there. It has an Electro Harmonix 6V6 in it. Is it 6V6? Yes. 6v6. Now, the person who sold it to me said it did work, although I have my doubts. So that has rubbed against that. Very strange. Okay, so what I'm going to do is whack it on the isolation transformer and the variac, and we'll see how we go. Okay, the first thing we'll do is buzz it out, and we'll just see. It's only got 2-core lamp cord on it, and this plug is pretty crusty. Nothing there, so that's pretty good. You'll have to excuse my arms and everything until I get fully set up. .90 volts. Okay, so that one's the tuning. This will be band switch. No. Okay, let's get a pair of pliers. Okay, that's the tone. And this probably doesn't have a power switch on it. With the volume. It'll be the volume as he makes a hell of a noise. Okay, so let's increase the voltage a little bit more. Well, we've got no dim, don't have the dim bulb glowing. And we're up to 200 volts. So nothing. Okay. And full voltage, nothing. I wonder if, turn that off. No, it is on. Globe looks okay. No, we don't have heaters. Okay. So I'll take it out the cabinet and we're back. Well, as you can see, this looks pretty much original inside. It has been worked on before, especially because of the cord, and maybe this Ducon capacitor here. But everything else, maybe that one's changed. I don't know, I can't really tell. So it's a red writing on that one. These two look original for sure, and there's a couple of black licorice caps in here. That doesn't look too bad, although it's obviously needs to be replaced. These waxies, I don't know. That looks pretty bad. Is that actually connected to anything? Ah, yes. Okay. That licorice one looks pretty melted, though it's not cracked like some of the others we've seen over the years. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to take this outside and give it a good blowout with the compressor, which I now have working. Wow. Actually, it's not too bad. So what I'll get is the new small compressor, and we'll try that. See if it's got enough oomph to it. I bought this compressor about 6 months ago to do some small painting jobs on radios rather than use the big one. And it's fairly quiet as I remember, but we'll see. We'll see how much pressure it gives. It's only 1/6 of a horsepower, so 3 bar as opposed to the big one. Okay. All right, doesn't put out much air. We'll try it anyway. No, it's not actually going to blow anything out. Just moving it around. Okay, so we'll have to go outside. Yes, it's only really good for airbrushing. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is check the obvious, and we'll check that the power is actually coming into the set, so you don't know with these dodgy old cords. So we'll just bring it up to, say, 50 volts. Okay. And don't know whether you'll be able to see this or not from that distance. But we'll check the AC that's coming in. Yes, so that's okay. What about the rectifier, which will be down here? Can I get to the pins? That one. All right, we'll just try any pin. I know this isn't very scientific, but there's no access to all the pins. Yeah. I suspect that it might be the actual transformer itself, in which case we're going nowhere. What the hell is that? It's a great big lump of solder with nothing attached to it. Right, I'm going to bring it up a bit higher. And then let's check that there's something like 6 volts on the Oh yeah. 5.4. So the heater string seems to be okay. Well, it's making a buzzing noise now. So I'll stand it up. Actually, how do you change the globes on these? Just worried about this one here. Bring you right in. Yes, it seems to be this here. Must have had a wire attached to it at some stage. There's this great big lump of solder here. It seems to have been connected to something. In fact, there's a wire, no? Anyway. Would think that might be the problem, or one of the problems. I'll have to study the schematic somewhat. Actually, this doesn't look like it was ever attached to anything. Okay, so I'm going to check the valves, mostly the rectifier valve, and we'll see how we go from there. Because I can't see any easy way of testing the transformer. That definitely looked like it had a wire attached to it or something. As to where that went, well, that doesn't actually have a pin. It is very odd. So these all have, this is a valve socket, by the way, and these all have pins coming through. This contact doesn't have any pins. And yet it definitely seems to have had a wire on it. Anyway, I'll get the valve tester out from somewhere, wherever I put it, and we'll go from there. Well, there's your problem. The 5Y3 is completely dead. According to this. So I'll go and get another one and I'll be back. This one purports to be 100%. So we'll try it. Find the lug. Well, that's pretty reasonable. Reading, what, 80% or something like that. So I would think that is going to work. So we'll put it in the radio. We'll see if we get any life. We have dial light. A very dirty dial light. And this is getting warm. So I shall grab the speaker. Okay, Okay, we still don't have anything. But we don't have any shorts or any... No, we don't have any heat in the 5Y3. So let's turn it off and investigate further after lunch, I think. The battery has gone flat in the Go lapel mic, so I'm resorting to this shotgun mic, so I don't know whether I'm pointing it in the right direction, but this is the trials of setting up a new workspace, I guess. I can't quite tell the difference between this wire and this wire, but I think this one is the orange. This one is the orange one. So let's try this. And we get 470. So we should get continuity. We're getting 470 anyway. 470.6 ohms, which is probably about right. Not sure why we're not getting continuous tone. Yes, anyway, that seems reasonable. So it has to be in the chassis itself. What I'm going to do now is check all the other valves. So this 6A8 is barely good. It is just on the borderline of good and replace. So we'll put this one back in. And the other one is okay, as is the 6V6, but this 6B6 as opposed to V6 is quite dead. So I'm going to have a look for that. I'm not sure that I have one of these around, but have a bit of a look anyway. Unfortunately, I can't find a 6B6, so what I'm going to do is order one and recap this completely, and then we'll see what happens. So this will be the end of this video, and I'm not quite set up yet fully, so I will continue on with setting up this office, workshop, whatever you like to call it. And I'll be back in a week with some more of this radio, hopefully. If not, I have a very nice radiogram to restore, so I might do that. I haven't got all my radios down or up here yet. They're still down in Melbourne, so that's going to take quite a few weeks to move them all up, especially with this bad weather. So I'll sign off here and see you next time.